Hey, what's up everybody? Are you wondering about what you should name your YouTube channel? And if you are, it's probably been pretty traumatic and it's been a stressful event. And you're probably on page 5 of writing down names of what you're gonna start your career on YouTube with. Trust me, I've been there. I know how hard it can be. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about 5 or 6 things not to do when you're going through this process. Trust me, it's not gonna be that hard. We're gonna talk about it. I previously made a video on how to start a YouTube channel, but I wanted to add a few things to this category. So in this video, guys, we're gonna talk about 5 or 6 things you should not do when you're naming your YouTube channel. So here we go.
I got him, Jack! Oh, Jack's got one on the tree trunk!
Like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. Wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall.
So last week I did about a 20-minute video on how to start a YouTube channel and just about everything you needed to know. But I wanted to elaborate on naming your channel. I felt like I cut it a little short and there was a lot of things that needed to be, pretty much everything in that video could be an entire subject on its own. And after 3 years on YouTube and I think right this time I'm like 66,000 subscribers and about 20 million views, give or take a couple million, whatever. I feel like I need to tell you guys these things before you have to go through the heartache that I did. Trust me, there can be some heartache on this and it can be a lot of head scratching like, why did I do that? I should have researched a little more. So the first thing I want to talk about is don't niche your name. And when I mean niche your name, I mean don't name it like John's Fishing or Jim's Outdoors. Because why? And this is going to apply for just about all the things I'm going to talk about. All 5, things not to do, which is you're going to have this channel a long time. Hopefully years, and you want it to grow with you. And the moment you niche your name, it limits on what you can do with this channel. If you name it generically or your name, you can do anything you're doing at that time. Like 10 years from now, might not be doing outdoors things, or you might want to talk about your real estate adventures, or you might want to talk about your kids, or you might want to talk about the new sports car you got. But if you're over here with John Sewing, your channel, it's just not gonna fit. By not being niche-y, not being in a niche, when you name it, allows you to be in any niche, if that makes sense. It just allows for a more diverse platform, and you can always make a playlist with that, fill it for 5 or 10 videos, and then start on another playlist and do another thing, all underneath the same channel name. When you're genre specific, you're only gonna grow as big as that genre is. But if you're not genre specific, but you're doing playlists in different genres, the channel's gonna just keep growing because it's got all these fingers out there in the universe, out there in YouTube world, and people are just running into these playlists of genres, and it just allows the channel to grow bigger, faster, and ultimately make money and be successful. Remember, I think that the idea of a channel having to stick with one genre is not right nor true, and I don't think you should do that. I think you should allow your channel to get big as it wants to be and have thousands of videos, and if somebody wants to see squirrel hunt, they go to the squirrel hunt playlist. If they want to see sewing, they can go to your sewing playlist. That's what playlists are for, and it allows you to create whatever genre you want. So if you watched my video last week where I talked about how to start a YouTube channel and probably like 8 things you need to know when you're getting moving on your YouTube channel, I want to dive in deeper on how to make a channel name, like how to come up with a channel name. These are things that was really important for me, and probably one of the hardest things I've done on YouTube was to name this channel, because all the digital real estate was already taken. Like my name was taken, everything around me I wanted to make was taken, even the things I tried to name it in the niche I was trying to make the channel was taken. And I'm glad that didn't happen, where I got stuck in a niche. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about like 5 or 6 things as they come off the top of my head to help you on this journey of naming your channel, and the traps you should not fall into, because they are traps and they can keep you from growing down the road, and you can get frustrated and might want to quit YouTube. And I don't want you to do that, because I've been right where you're at right now, and I want you to be successful. So this brings me to my next topic, is make sure it's very simple and not complicated and easy to just kind of flow off the tongue. No numbers, no hashtags, no area codes, no zip codes. Make sure it's basically 2 syllables. John, B, Gary, V. Even like it can be two random words stuffed together that just flows well. You can almost brand anything, but if it's simple enough, it makes it easy for logos, t-shirts, and even going on pamphlets. Like if you went to VidCon or VidSummit 10 years from now, you want it to be able to be legitimately put on a napkin or on a pamphlet right next to anybody else's, and it is easy for people to type. Trust me, they misspell your name in magazines, even when you have a simple name. Make it hard, definitely getting misspelled. I've been stewing on this video for a while, and I've been really thinking about things that I wish I would have done differently. And one was not sweating my name too much. Like, it's just a name, and you can brand anything, but you want to be able for this channel to build you a brand that will survive this channel and transcend to other platforms. That being said, if this channel died, people would still know who I am because my last name is in it. Or if your first name is in it and your last name is in it and the channel died, Jack Motley would still be a brand because people would know about it. It was big. And that's my goal for this channel, for it to keep getting big, and it'll transcend into a lot of other things. Which brings me to the other thing about thinking small. You don't want to think small. You want this name to be able to go on a plaque or anything like that at any of these big functions or in a magazine, and for it to like ultimately be a million subscriber channel or a million subscriber brand, magazine, whatever you want it to do. Think big, and if it's a name that wouldn't sound good on a big banner, then you're not looking at a good name. So just keep that in mind. Don't think small, especially if you're trying to pick a niche. Fishing small, the outdoor world small. You want to be something big, something that can transcend any platform. Next, don't think so short term. You're gonna have this channel for years. Like I've already had mine for 3 years, and it's probably gonna last for a long time, and I'm gonna keep up with this channel for as long as I can. So if you're thinking in the short term, you might not even be into what you're in right now. 3 years from now, your life's probably going to change. Things are going to get different. So if you're just thinking about slingshotting, then when you get it to be in college, or if you're off, you're into real estate, or you're into something down there, or you get into gaming, you want to be able to transcend platforms, and having a whatever outdoors channel is not, I'm just using this as an example because I see it a lot. It's going to be really hard to start with gaming. Like look at with like Jigging with Jordan or some of these other big D Almighty. They started as gamers and now they're treasure hunters or artifact hunters. But they were able to transcend their YouTube channel into something more diverse because their name was diverse. That's really what I'm trying to hit on the head here. And by that time, you've got like hundreds and hundreds of videos on these pages, maybe even thousands, and you want them to just keep going along with you, making money and just making the channel bigger and bigger. More playlists and more playlists. And my next piece of advice is like number 4, number 5, is basically don't take too long naming your channel. And because it took me 2 weeks, that was 2 weeks I could have been creating videos, because ultimately a name is just a name. It's what you make of the name. You can brand about anything, as long as it's within reason. It's cool to have something that's a little hint of yourself. Like for me, I like to talk, and Yak kind of goes with that. So in the end, just go with something, and I think you can change your name up to like 1,000 subscribers or maybe even a little longer after that. And by then you'll kind of have an idea of what you want to name the channel. So just go with something and get to it. But in the end, if it was my suggestion, it would be keep it short, keep it something about you, and ultimately just go with something and get to work. Squish 2 names together and just let it fly. I hope this kind of helps. I wanted to go in a little more in depth on how to name a channel. Ultimately, there's no like rhyme or reason. You can go to like some of these name checker websites and stuff, and it'll allow you to see what is on 3 or 4 different platforms. Make sure you can get every platform: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Like you can get all of them because you want to be, and a domain name, because you want to be able to grow on every platform. Do your best, and sometimes you're just not going to be able to get that name on all 3 or a lot of names. Digital real estate is really scarce out there right now, so just keep that in mind. I was able to get Yak Motley on all 3, but I wound up just only having the things like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because that's just really the ones I felt like were significant. But ultimately, it's hard to go wrong as long as it's not derogatory or taken or copyrighted, and just get to it. I would definitely suggest just using your name. So just get to work, guys. Get out there, get after it. And I hope you got something out of this video. It's really not rocket science. Choose something, go with it, figure it out later. And I'll see you guys next time on the next video. See you later.